2 days after George Floyd's death, emotions are still running high.
A lot of times when we look at police brutality and racism, we have to also look at it from a point of view that we need each other. So white people, I want to thank you all for being here out here today. Those that did show up, but we need each other.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ambisi Ezo. If this is your first time of logging into my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. So it's been a couple of days since the whole George Floyd's death, and I have seen clips but I refuse to watch the whole video. I have seen the kneeling, I have seen the parts of the 4 officers behind the car. I have seen the girl crying, the girl that actually made the footage, that made a video of the incident, crying. I have seen the reaction of the public as a whole.
People were out yesterday late into the night in South Minneapolis. Earlier in the day, thousands demonstrated near 38th and Chicago, where 46-year-old George Floyd of St. Louis Park was taken into custody and then died. Some protesters also marched to the 3rd precinct, where it's believed the 4 officers involved in the death worked. They have since been fired. Protesters threw things at the building and at squads. They spray painted cars and broke windows. Police in riot gear used tear gas and flashbangs, while protesters threw rocks and water.
Would I be watching the whole video? I strongly doubt it. I have just come back from work and I've been thinking, or I've been trying to process and see if I should weigh in on it. So much is going on in the world right now that it's like raising lending your voice here, lending your voice here, lending your voice here, to the point that you're just speechless, to the point that you're just tired, to the point that all this news is becoming so constant. People ask, people wonder why people often play the race card. I was just thinking about it. It's not as much playing the race card, in as much as I know that some cases don't have to race, but you can't actually fault people for playing the race card, because if this is still going on worldwide, or blacks being maltreated and killed and murdered, the things that white people get away with, blacks can really get away with it. I saw a comment on Twitter, if I find it I'll put it up here, saying that George was killed for $20 fake dollar bill, but him a few days ago he was making fun of it to his mates. He's white, so obviously explaining what white privilege is. And it got me thinking. It's been years and decades of these things happening, of hearing about it, of listening to people, waiting on it, protests happening. I think this is actually one of the biggest wave of protest that has swept the world. If you ask, people are asking as well, what's the UK's concern with it?
In the UK, people are joining in protests provoked by the death of George Floyd in the United States. Haley Ott reports from London.
I'm standing outside the U.S. Embassy in London, where thousands of protesters are demonstrating in solidarity with demonstrations going on across the United States. They're chanting George Floyd, they're chanting no justice, no peace. They put their hands up and chanted, "Don't shoot me." There's a line of police officers standing between the demonstrators and the U.S. Embassy. There was a bit of a crush earlier, nothing's happened, but people started pushing their way towards the door of the embassy. People here say that police violence and racism is not just an American problem, it's also a British problem.
In as much as it may not be loud in the UK or in Europe as a whole, racism exists in the UK. Sure, it might be subtle, or it might be with sprinkles of sarcasm or sprinkles of whatever you can sprinkle on it, but it's there. I've heard people talking about the whole Trafalgar Square and what exactly is the UK's business with what's happened.
They're citing the case of Belly Mujinga, who was a woman, 42, who died recently of the coronavirus after being spit on by a man while she was at work at a train station. The police this past week said they weren't going to press any charges in her case. So far, this protest has been peaceful. There are a number scheduled over the coming week.
It's all over the world. As long as a human being is involved, as long as this injustice has to do with the color of somebody's skin, color of your skin being stigmatized or being, I think it's just, people claim that, okay, the black people, they feel more threatened. I think it's been that silly excuse of the police to be feeling threatened, and you hear it constantly, like the lady at the park that said she was feeling threatened. Threatened in what way? And had to lie against the guy that literally all he said was, please could you put the dog on a chain or whatever. I'm so grateful for smartphones. If there were no smartphones, most of this would be shoved. They're already being shoved over. So you can imagine the amount that are not filmed compared to this that's been filmed and this is happening. It's just devastating. I haven't gotten the heart to watch the video. I don't know how people did it. What I saw was enough for me. The pictures, the reaction says a lot of about what was in that video. The rage that's sweeping the world says a lot. I heard the policeman was shot. I do not support that retaliation. The whole situation of George Floyd, did it have to get to this for a change to happen? I guess it did have to get to this. Will a change happen? I honestly hope it does. It takes a whole lot for people's mindset to change. I know it's surprising that years have gone by, time has gone by, time has passed, and people just assume that, okay, surely those people that had that mindset have gone. But you forget that those people that had that mindset, they have offspring of constant reminders, of constant grooming. Just the same way someone grooms their child in peace and love, you have the other people as well that are still seeing people of my color as less. This shows in racism, tribalism, and all the isms you can think of. It's so devastating. The amount of depravity in the world right now, it's alarming, to be honest. And my heart goes out to the family of George Floyd. Yes, the UK has everything to do with the protests. Yes, Australia and every other country lending their voice, it has everything to do with it. Someone will say, why George Floyd? What had happened to the late Breonna Taylor? I'll confirm her name and put it here. What happened? Why wasn't there a protest then? Well, I just guess it was the time for this sort of protest to happen. And sadly, it took the death of another black American, another black man, for this to happen. I just hope a change is instilled. I don't know the change that they would put in place. It's good that some policemen in states in America have joined. Another thing about it is the fact that you can see whites joining their voices, lending their voices, and it speaks so much on how powerful this is, how powerful to see that people actually joining voices, the blacks, the whites, Mexicans, every single person. In as much as you have the other left of the people that are like, okay, the same old, or okay, what did he do? Okay, what exactly was his fault? But if you put the same situation and compare it to if it was a white man, it's obvious that that won't be the case. We've heard and seen incidents of this black man doing that and that white man doing that, and it's the black man that gets more penalized for it than the white guy. So it's obvious the fairness of treatment is lacking between the blacks and the whites, even in 2020. Would they end enough access before? I strongly hope for. Do I believe it's it's close to an end. I can only pray, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about, is weighing on the whole thing. Would I watch the video? Would I gather enough mental strength to watch the video? I strongly doubt it. I strongly doubt it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I won't say hope you enjoyed the video, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know what exactly you've weighed in or analysed concerning this that's happening, the protest, the death, and what change you think would be put in place. What are your concerns? If you're not in America, what's going on in your city? What's going on in your country? Just let me know. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, my name is Ambisi Ezen.
Your skin, this skin, my glorious case of color from my soul, assigned to me by God, says a lot, doesn't say a lot, shouldn't say a lot. What it does not say, it does not say, pardon me for existing, no matter what adversity is thrown at us. It doesn't say I came from poverty, I'm under welfare, I'm less privileged. It does not say deserving of death.